You didn't find this video. You were guided here. Your internal frequency, the unique energetic signature you broadcast into the universe, has just reached the exact resonance required to trigger a quantum upgrade in your reality. This isn't a future event. It has already been initiated. Your presence here, right now, is the final piece of the activation sequence. The title of this transmission is not a hopeful affirmation. It is a statement of energetic fact. You found this because your frequency just triggered the upgrade. Let me be clear. This is not a spiritual metaphor. It is the language of energetic physics. The phenomenon you are experiencing has a scientific name. It's called a phase transition. It's what happens when water, heated consistently, reaches a specific temperature and makes a non-linear, unpredictable leap into a completely new state of being. Steam. Your consciousness is the system. Your consistent inner work has been the heat, and you have just reached your boiling point. The fact you are watching this, that this specific information has entered your field of awareness, is the final confirmation. It is the universe holding up a mirror to show you what you have accomplished. Over the next hour, you will not just learn about this upgrade. You will consciously claim it. You will activate it within your own being. You will begin the process of integrating its new operating system and learn to wield the power that comes with it. This entire process is governed by one of the most fundamental laws of our universe, the quantum observer effect. In the quantum realm, a particle exists in a cloud of infinite possibilities, a state of superposition, until it is observed. The act of observation forces that cloud of potential to collapse into a single, tangible reality. For years, perhaps your entire life, your reality has existed in a state of superposition. It has been both stuck and upgraded simultaneously. A ghost of your past self and a premonition of your future self existing in the same space. But you have been doing the work. Through meditation, through healing, through every conscious choice to rise above your old programming, you have been raising your frequency. And a sustained frequency is the most powerful form of observation known to man. You have been staring with unwavering energetic focus at the upgraded reality. You have held the feeling of it, the knowing of it, even when your physical eyes saw no evidence. And the universe, by its own unbreakable laws, must now collapse that probability into your physical experience. This video, this moment, is the final conscious observation that makes the upgrade manifest. If you can feel the truth of this divine timing in your bones, hit the like button now as your first conscious act of claiming this upgrade. It signals to the universe and this platform that you are ready. This explains everything. This is why you've been feeling so strange, so out of sync with your own life. It's why you're experiencing a state of being that defies logical explanation. That feeling of profound exhaustion, a weariness deep in your bones, mixed with a current of unexplainable excitement buzzing just beneath your skin. You are tired but wired. It's the energetic signature of one reality powering down while another one boots up. This is why a strange loneliness has descended upon you, even when you are surrounded by the people you've always known. It's that feeling of being disconnected from conversations, from dramas, from goals that once defined you, while simultaneously feeling more connected than ever to something else, something vast, unseen, and profoundly real. You are grieving the past while simultaneously feeling a thrilling anticipation for a future you cannot yet see. The old frequency can no longer find you, and the new one is just coming online. And the goals. This is why your most cherished, long-term desires may have suddenly turned to dust in your hands. The career you chased, the recognition you craved, the outcomes you meticulously planned for, you may have woken up one day to find they hold no more energy for you. It feels like failure, like you've lost your way. It is the opposite. These feelings are not symptoms of a personal failing. They are not signs that you are breaking down. They are the precise, documented, energetic side effects of reality demolition. It is the sensation of your old world dissolving to make way for the new one you have painstakingly called into being. You are not lost. You are arriving. To fully grasp what is happening, you need a new model of reality. Imagine for a moment that your entire experiential universe, everything you see, feel, and believe to be true, is secured by a vast and intricate quantum lock. This lock isn't made of steel. It is constructed from energy, information, and consciousness itself. The tumblers of this lock are your life circumstances, your limiting beliefs, your perceived past, and your programmed expectations. For most people, these tumblers are rusted in place, keeping them locked into a repeating cycle of the same reality, year after year. And then, there is the key. This is the most important thing you will ever understand. The key is not something you hold. It is not a secret you must find or a technique you must learn. The key is your core frequency. It is your unique, evolving, vibrational signature. For years, through immense effort and unseen struggle, you have been changing the very shape of this key. Every healed trauma reshaped a groove, every conscious choice to forgive filed down a rough edge, every single moment you chose the frequency of love, of gratitude, of inner peace over the frequency of fear, anger, or victimhood. You are fundamentally altering the crystalline structure of the key that you are. Most people's keys remain static, fitting the same old lock for their entire lives. Yours has been transforming into something entirely new, something the old lock can no longer recognize. The work is complete. The key has been forged. This transmission you are receiving is not about teaching you how to build a key. It is the moment you are being consciously informed that the key you have become is now a perfect match for a completely different lock. A lock that opens onto a reality of profound flow, synchronicity, and empowerment. By the end of this transmission, you will no longer be someone standing outside a door waiting for it to open. You will not be hoping for a miracle or praying for a rescue. You will understand that you are the one who forged the key. You will learn how to consciously and deliberately place it in the lock, turn it, and walk through. You will enter a new reality, fully aware of the world you've just unlocked and, more importantly, possessing the operational manual for how to navigate it with grace and power. You are not the passenger anymore. You are the architect. To understand the upgrade, you must first understand the mechanism that triggered it. The word frequency has been used so often in spiritual circles that it has almost lost its meaning. It has been diluted into a synonym for a mood, a fleeting feeling, a good day versus a bad day. This is a profound misunderstanding of the forces at play. Your frequency is not your mood. Your frequency is the baseline, sustained, dominant signal that you broadcast into the quantum field every moment of every day. It is the signature tune of your being, composed of the sum total of your conscious and subconscious beliefs, your emotional home, your deepest assumptions about reality. It is the energetic truth of who you are beneath the noise of daily life. And this frequency is not a metaphor. It is a force of physics. Consider the science of cymatics. When a specific sound frequency, a pure tone, is applied to a medium like a plate of sand or a body of water, what happens? Chaos does not ensue. Instead, the particles instantly arrange themselves into a perfect complex or geometric pattern. The higher the frequency, the more intricate and beautiful the pattern. The sound doesn't just disturb the sand, it organizes it. It commands it into a new form. It broadcasts a blueprint, and matter has no choice but to obey. Your sustained frequency does the exact same thing to the quantum field of infinite possibility that surrounds you. For years, you may have been broadcasting a frequency of I struggle or not enough or waiting, and the quantum field, like the sand on the plate, obediently organized itself into a reality that reflected that pattern. Now, consider another physical principle, resonant frequency. Every object has a natural frequency at which it vibrates. A wine glass has a specific resonant frequency. If a singer can project a note that exactly matches that frequency and sustain it with enough power, the glass will begin to vibrate violently. The energy being fed into it has nowhere to go. It builds and builds until the molecular structure of the glass can no longer contain it, and it shatters. This is what you have been doing to the structure of your old reality. Through your dedicated inner work, the healing, the releasing, the choosing of a higher thought, the moments of forgiveness, the commitment to your own growth, you have been sustaining a new higher note. You have been singing a new song, and that song has been resonating with the reality you desire, while creating an intolerable dissonance with the reality you have. The structure of your old life, like the wine glass, has begun to crack under the pressure of your new vibration. So people ask, what is a frequency upgrade? This is it. It's a fundamental shift in the operating physics of your personal reality. It is not something you are trying to achieve. It is a state of energetic physics you have already created. The work has been done, the note has been held, the pressure has been applied, and this leads to the moment of activation, the precise event we are here to discuss. It has a name. We call it the vibrational threshold activation. Let me define that for you, because terminology matters. It gives structure to the mystical. The vibrational threshold activation is the moment a conscious being's baseline frequency is sustained at a high enough level for a long enough duration that it triggers a non-linear, cascading collapse of a new probability set from the quantum field. It is not a slow, gradual change. It is a phase transition. It's like water hitting its boiling point. At 99 degrees Celsius, it is still water, hot water, but add one more degree of energy, sustain it for just a moment, and it undergoes a radical, non-linear transformation into a completely different state of being. Steam. You have reached your boiling point. All the work, all the waiting, all the moments of choosing love over fear. Were you adding one more degree of energy, and you just crossed the threshold? The click of the quantum lock is this phase transition. Your reality is not slowly getting better. It is about to transform into a new state of matter entirely. Consider this. What area of your life already feels like it's dissolving, like the signal is fading out to make room for a new broadcast? That's the first clue. This also explains why the period just before the upgrade can feel so utterly chaotic, so profoundly destabilizing. Before the new reality solidifies, the old one must be fully dismantled. You're experiencing the dissolution phase. Imagine a caterpillar entering its chrysalis. To become a butterfly, it doesn't just sprout wings. The caterpillar first dissolves into a soupy, undifferentiated liquid of imaginal cells. From the outside, it looks like death. It looks like complete system failure. Everything it was, its entire structure and identity, must liquefy. It must become nothing before it can become the next thing. This is you. The reason your relationships may be falling away is not because you are unlovable, but because of vibrational dissonance. The new frequency you hold is literally repelling connections that were a match for the old you. They cannot exist in your field, just as a rock cannot float in the air. This is a sign of your energetic integrity, not social failure. The reason your career may feel unbearable, your old ambitions turning to ash in your mouth, is not because you have failed. It is because the purpose encoded in your old frequency has been fulfilled. That job, that goal, was the training ground. It was the resistance you needed to forge the strength for this new level. Its contract is complete. The unbearable feeling is your soul's alarm system, screaming that you are trying to operate in an obsolete system. And most profoundly, the reason your very identity feels fragmented is because the person you were is dissolving. That old persona, the collection of habits, traumas, and beliefs you called me, was the caterpillar. It cannot make the journey ahead. You are in that chrysalis phase, a sacred soup of potential, and it feels terrifying because you mistake this dissolution for destruction. It is not. It is demolition. It is the necessary, controlled collapse of the old structure to make way for the skyscraper of your new self. This chaos is the most powerful evidence that your upgrade is not just coming, but is actively underway. And all of this points to the most significant shift you must now integrate. You are moving from one paradigm of reality creation to another. You are graduating from one level of physics to the next. The old paradigm was Newtonian. It was the world of cause and effect, of force and effort. In the Newtonian model, if you want to move a boulder, you must apply immense physical force. You must push, you must strain, you must do the work. This has been the model for most of human consciousness. I must do things to get a result. I must work harder, network more, strategize better, force my will upon the world. It is a paradigm of doing. But the upgrade you have triggered moves you into a new paradigm, a quantum paradigm. In the quantum paradigm, reality is not a fixed set of objects you must manipulate with force. It is a fluid field of potential that responds to the observer. The new paradigm is not about doing, it is about being. It is not, I must do things to get a result. It is, I must be a frequency, and reality reconfigures around me to match it. In the old paradigm, you chase the butterfly. In the new paradigm, you become the garden, and the butterfly comes to you. In the old paradigm, you try to find the right radio station by frantically turning the dial. In the new paradigm, you become the broadcast tower, and the station finds you. This is the shift. The effort you invested was in building the tower, in cultivating the garden. Now the work is no longer in the doing, the work is in the being. It is in sustaining the frequency you have fought so hard to achieve, and allowing the responsive universe to reorganize itself around this new, powerful signal. You are no longer pushing the boulder. You are becoming the gravity that draws your desired reality to you. For your entire journey, you have been operating under a fundamental illusion, a subtle but profound misunderstanding that has colored every spiritual practice, every book you've read, every hope you've held. It is the core programming of the seeker, and its logic is so deeply embedded that it has become invisible. The illusion is this: you believe that you are standing on one side of a locked door, and that on the other side lies the reality you desire. You believe that your work is to find the right key. So you search. You try the key of meditation, the key of affirmation, the key of healing past traumas, the key of shadow work. You try the key of letting go, and then the key of taking massive action. With every attempt that doesn't immediately swing the door open, a quiet hopelessness can begin to creep in. The frustration you feel is the metallic scrape of key after key failing to turn the tumblers. You hear the life you know you're meant for on the other side of that door, a party you were invited to, but you just can't seem to find a way in. That is the great misunderstanding, the revelation, the paradigm shift that your new frequency has now unlocked. Is this? Listen closely. You are not looking for the key. You have been forging the key. With every meditation, with every healed trauma, with every conscious choice to respond with love instead of react with fear, every tear shed in the dark of night, every moment of forgiveness, every time you chose to believe in your own power despite all evidence to the contrary, that was not you trying to find a key. That was the fire of the forge. That was the strike of the hammer on the anvil of your soul, shaping, refining, and tuning the very substance of your being. The entire journey, all the struggle, all the waiting. It was never a test of your patience. It was the precise amount of time and pressure required to forge a key of such intricate and unique design that only one lock in the entire universe would respond to it. The lock of your highest reality. You are not holding the key. You are the power key. Let that land. Feel the truth of it resonate in your bones, in the very marrow of your being. Your reality is not a passive structure waiting for an external tool. It is an active, intelligent, quantum field that is constantly, ceaselessly scanning your energetic signature. It isn't waiting for something you have. It is responding to what you have become. What if all the struggle and waiting wasn't a test of your patience, but the precise time it took to forge the key? Let that reframe every moment of your journey. Every perceived failure was just a necessary tempering of the metal. Every delay was a crucial moment of calibration. This understanding changes everything, and I mean everything. This means the waiting is over because the key is finished. That profound spiritual fatigue you've been feeling, that sense of being stretched to your absolute limit, that is the exhaustion of the master craftsman who has just completed their life's work. The forging is complete. The key has cooled. Its design is perfect. The period of intense labor is done. The waiting was never passive. It was the active, all-consuming process of becoming. You can now lay down the hammer. You can let the forge grow cold. The phase of construction is over. Now begins the phase of inhabitation. This means you have already done the hardest part of the work. The dark nights of the soul, the wrestling with your shadows, the painful process of letting go of people and dreams that were no longer a vibrational match. That was the alchemy. That was the transmutation of the lead of your pain into the gold of your new frequency. That was the work that required immense courage and faith in the dark. It required you to walk forward with no guarantee of the outcome, guided only by an inner knowing. Let me honor you for that work. Few have the stamina to complete it. You did. The part of the journey that required grit and force of will is now behind you. The next phase is not about effort. It is about alignment with what you have already built. This means the universe was never withholding anything from you. It wasn't testing you, judging you, or making you wait as some kind of cosmic lesson in patience. The universe is a perfect quantum mirror. It is an impartial law of physics. It could not, and would not, grant you access to a reality that you were not yet a vibrational match for. The lock simply cannot turn for the wrong key. It's not personal. It's physics. It was honoring your process. It was waiting with infinite love for you to complete the forging so that the opening would be seamless, perfect, and permanent. It was waiting for you to become the living frequency of the reality you desired, so that the two could merge into one. And finally, this means the upgrade is not a gift you receive, but a reality you have earned and constructed. This is not a lottery ticket. This is not a stroke of random luck or divine favor bestowed upon you from on high. This is the result. This is the consequence of your unwavering commitment to your own evolution. You are the architect. You are the builder. You are the cause. The reality that is now coming online is a direct reflection of the inner mastery you have achieved. You must own this. You must claim this victory, not as a passive recipient, but as the sovereign creator who willed it into being through sheer force of will and consciousness. This new understanding requires a total shift in your approach to life. The old way, the way of the seeker, is about trying and attracting. It implies that what you desire is over there, separate from you, and you must perform the right rituals or think the right thoughts to pull it toward you. It's the energy of effort, of strain, of pushing against a door. The new way, the way of the activator, is about being and allowing. It's the profound realization that there is no separation. You are not trying to attract abundance. You are embodying the frequency of abundance. And the quantum field reorganizes its physical expression around you to match it. You are not trying to attract love. You are becoming the frequency of unconditional love, and relationships that are a harmonic match are magnetically, inevitably drawn into your orbit. It's the difference between trying to break down a door and realizing it was built with a biometric scanner that responds only to your unique, completed energetic signature. You simply walk up to it, be yourself, and it unlocks. There is no effort, there is only resonance. To operate from this new paradigm, you must now consciously shed the identity that got you here. You must shed the identity of the seeker. The seeker is an honorable identity. It is filled with humility, curiosity, and a divine discontent that fuels growth. But its contract is now complete. The seeker is always looking for the next answer, the next teacher, the next piece of the puzzle that lies outside of themselves. The seeker feels fundamentally incomplete. You are no longer incomplete. The key is forged. You are now the activator, the graduate, the operator. The activator knows that the power is not outside of them. It is them. The activator does not seek answers. They are the answer around which reality organizes itself. The activator does not hope for a change. They command the change from the center of their being. Not the student, but the master. Not the one asking for entry, but the one for whom the gates swing open. You are the event you have been waiting for. This epiphany isn't just a feeling. It is not an abstract concept or a comforting thought. The universe has been sending you confirmation receipts. It has been leaving tangible evidence in the fabric of your reality, proving that your upgrade order has not only been received, but has been processed. The problem is you've been misreading them. You've been interpreting quantum data as emotional static. You've been seeing cosmic confirmation as personal chaos. So, let's decode the 3 most powerful signs that prove your vibrational threshold activation is complete. These are the undeniable signs your vibration is rising, but they are far more than signs. They are evidence. They are the artifacts of a new physics taking hold in your life. The first and most pervasive is a phenomenon I call the echo chamber of synchronicity. You know this one intimately. It's the relentless repetition of numbers. 1111 on the clock, 444 on a license plate, then on a receipt, then as the number of likes on a post. It's the strange word you learn in the morning, only to hear it spoken by 3 different people before dusk. It's thinking of a long-lost friend, and their name pops up in an article a moment later. For years, you have been told these are winks from the universe, cute little signs. That is an understatement of cosmic proportions. This is not a wink. This is the universe showing you its source code. It is the new algorithm of your reality running a diagnostic, testing itself and revealing its structure to its new operator, you. This is the system confirming, in the language of data and pattern, that it is receiving your new frequency broadcast, loud and clear. The scientific principle here is one of frequency harmonics. When you sustain a new, stable frequency, you don't just change your internal state, you emanate a consistent wave pattern into the quantum field. The field, by its very nature, must respond. It begins to organize itself around your signal, and the first way it shows you this reorganization is by creating harmonic echoes. The repeating numbers. Words and symbols are matter and energy snapping into alignment with your new core resonance. It's the universe providing you with a read receipt, proving your vibrational threshold. Activation is not just an internal event, but a physical one. Consider the story of a graphic designer named Ilara. For years, she felt her creativity was trapped in a corporate cage, designing logos that felt meaningless. She was doing the work, meditating, journaling, healing, but her external reality remained stubbornly unchanged. Then the number 4444 began to appear. At first, it was a curiosity, then an annoyance. It was on her grocery bill, $4440. It was the address of a building she drove past every day. It was the time she woke up from a strange dream, 4:44 a.m., for a week straight. She thought she was going crazy. She dismissed it as confirmation bias, her brain just looking for patterns. But it became too relentless to ignore. The pattern was hunting her. One afternoon, feeling utterly defeated, she saw it again on the side of a bus. In a moment of surrender, instead of dismissing it, she closed her eyes and simply said, "Okay, I see you, I accept." She didn't know what she was accepting, but she was done fighting the echo. The moment she opened her eyes, her phone rang. It was a number she didn't recognize. It was a curator from a small but prestigious art gallery, someone she had briefly met at a conference 2 years prior and had long forgotten. He said, "This is a strange call, but your name just popped into my head 3 times today. I was reviewing your old online portfolio, and we have a last-minute opening in our new exhibition. I think your work would be perfect." The echo was not the message. The echo was the system telling her a message was about to be delivered. The synchronicity was the sound of the cosmic mail carrier walking up her front path. In the comments, share which of these signs has been showing up for you relentlessly. Reading each other's experiences will create a powerful, energetic grid of confirmation for everyone here. I want to witness your activation. How do you spot this in your own life? You stop dismissing and start documenting. What number, symbol, or animal totem is stalking you? What song plays on the radio the exact moment you're thinking a critical thought? Don't just see it as a coincidence. Ask a different question. Instead of asking, "What does 444 mean?" ask, "What was I just thinking or feeling when the universe echoed it back to me?" The synchronicity isn't the sign itself. It's the highlighter pen the universe uses to draw your attention to a specific thought, feeling, or moment that is aligned with your new reality. The second piece of evidence is far more visceral and often far more painful. It is the great repulsion. This is the sign most people misinterpret as failure. It's when your old life, your friends, your job, your hobbies, even your favorite foods, suddenly becomes energetically unbearable. It's not a slow drifting apart. It's a sudden, non-negotiable feeling of dissonance, like 2 magnets being forced together by their identical poles. The conversations you used to enjoy now feel like nails on a chalkboard. The career you built with pride now feels like a prison cell you can't stand to be in for 1 more minute. The relationships that once defined you now feel utterly foreign. You are told this is you being negative, or judgmental, or too good for your old life. That is a profound misunderstanding of energetic physics. This is not a psychological issue. It is a vibrational one. This is your new frequency, now locked in place by the vibrational threshold activation, acting as a powerful repellent to anything that is no longer a harmonic match. Think of it as a form of quantum interference. Your new, coherent wave pattern is so strong that it actively cancels out the chaotic outer lower frequency waves of your past. It is a sign of profound energetic health. It's your reality's immune system kicking in, identifying what is foreign to your new state of being, and creating the necessary space for what does belong. Think of Marcus, a man who had built his entire identity around being a top litigator at a prestigious law firm. He thrived on the pressure, the intellectual combat, the long hours. It was his life. But after a period of intense inner work, something shifted. It started subtly. The thrill of winning a case was replaced by a hollow echo. The office gossip he once found amusing now felt toxic. He started developing headaches every Sunday evening. He thought he was burning out, that he needed a vacation, but the feeling was deeper. It felt like his body was rejecting his life. The breaking point came during a high-stakes negotiation. He was at the head of the table, about to deliver the closing argument that would seal the deal, when he looked at the faces across from him. He didn't see adversaries. He saw tired, frightened people. The entire simulation just shattered. A wave of nausea washed over him. He stood up, uttered a simple apology, and walked out of the room, out of the building, and out of his career. His colleagues thought he had a breakdown. For a week he felt like a ghost, but the nausea was gone, the headaches were gone. In their place was a quiet, empty peace. That empty space was a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. Into that space flooded an idea he'd had years ago but dismissed as foolish, a business developing biodegradable packaging from mushrooms. The repulsion wasn't a breakdown, it was a breakout. How do you spot the great repulsion? You listen to your body. Your body is the most honest barometer of frequency. What social gatherings do you dread? Not because you're tired, but because they feel physically draining. Which tasks at work make you feel like you're moving through thick mud? Whose phone calls do you see and feel an instant drop in your own energy? Your repulsion is not a judgment, it is a guidance system. It is your new reality clearing its own throat, making way for its true voice. The third, and perhaps most baffling sign is the collapse of desire. This is the most advanced and subtle evidence of your upgrade. It's the moment you look at a goal you have been chasing with every fiber of your being for years. The dream partner, the perfect career, the financial milestone, and you suddenly feel nothing. The ambition evaporates. The hunger is gone. This is often terrifying because you mistake it for apathy or depression. You think, I've lost my drive, I've given up. You have not given up. You have arrived. The desire was the rocket fuel necessary to propel you through the atmosphere of your old reality. It was the engine of becoming. It was the force that motivated you to heal, to grow, to change, to raise your frequency. But once the rocket reaches orbit, it jettisons the boosters. They are no longer needed. The desire was the booster. You, in your new frequency, are now in orbit. You have become the state you thought the goal would give you. The vibrational threshold. Activation isn't just about changing your reality. It's about making your old desires obsolete by transforming you into the person who no longer needs them. Consider Lena, whose entire life was organized around one singular desire, to become a celebrated author. She sacrificed relationships, worked tireless jobs to support her writing, and lived and breathed the identity of a struggling artist on the verge of greatness. The desire was a burning sun in her solar system. After a decade of work, it finally happened. A top literary agent loved her manuscript. A bidding war started between publishers. This was the moment she had dreamed of, and as her agent called with the news of an incredible offer, Lena felt a profound, horrifying emptiness. The thrill lasted for a split second, and then static. She thought she was self-sabotaging, that she was afraid of success. But as she sat with the feeling for days, the truth revealed itself. The desire to be a celebrated author was never about the books. It was about a desire for freedom, for validation, for the feeling that her voice mattered. Through her years of inner work, of healing, of learning to love herself, she had already given herself those things. She had built a life where she felt free. She had learned to validate herself. She knew her voice mattered, whether anyone else heard it or not. She had become the feeling she was chasing. The external goal was now just an empty shell. In a move that shocked everyone, she turned down the massive book deal. Instead, she started a small anonymous blog, writing for the pure joy of it. And it brought her a peace the bestseller list never could have. How do you spot the collapse of desire? You take inventory of your goals. Look at the primary desire that has been driving your life. Now ask the critical question, what is the feeling state? I believe achieving this goal will grant me. Is it peace, freedom, safety, validation? Now ask the second question. In my moments of highest alignment, can I already access that feeling, right here, right now? If the answer is yes, then you will recognize that the goal itself is beginning to dissolve. You are not losing your ambition. You are graduating from it. You are realizing you were never chasing a thing. You were chasing a frequency, and you have finally found it. You have become it. You understand the physics. You have seen the evidence in your own life. The intellectual conviction is now settled deep within your mind. But this upgrade is not an intellectual exercise. It is a full system, somatic event. It is an embodiment. So now, we move from knowing to being. We move from theory to experience. Right now, in this sacred container of time and space, we will perform the activation. This is the moment where we consciously accept the upgrade that has been pending in your energetic field, waiting for your final yours conscious permission. I invite you now to find a space where you can be undisturbed for the next few minutes. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Uncross your legs and arms. Place your hands gently on your lap. And when you are ready, close your eyes. Let's begin by taking a deep, cleansing breath. In through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Hold it for a moment at the top. And now, exhale slowly, audibly, through your mouth, releasing all tension, all anticipation, all of the day's noise. One more time, a deep breath in and a slow breath out. Settle into the quiet stillness of your own being. Now, I want you to bring your awareness to the version of you that walked into this experience, the you of yesterday, the you of the last several years of struggle, of seeking, of becoming. Visualize this self standing before you, not as a ghost, but as a living, breathing aspect of your journey. See the exhaustion in their eyes, but also the relentless hope. See the scars from battles won and the wisdom they earned through every single trial. This is the brave soul who navigated the dissolution phase, who held the faith even when the evidence was scarce. This is the you that forged the key. Do not judge this version of you. Do not pity them. Honor them. In your mind, or in a soft whisper, extend your deepest gratitude. Say to them, thank you. Thank you for your strength. Thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for every choice you made that brought me to this exact threshold. You have carried me perfectly. Your sacred contract is now complete. You may rest. Feel a wave of profound love and appreciation wash over this image. Watch as this version of you, now honored and complete, doesn't disappear, but gently, lovingly, integrates back into your heart. It is not being erased. It is being sanctified. It is the foundation upon which the new structure is built. You are whole. And now, with that space cleared and consecrated, you turn your attention upward. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. A new frequency has been waiting for you. A signal broadcast from the very core of your higher self, from the heart of the cosmos itself. It has been waiting for the moment the vessel was prepared. The vessel is now prepared. Feel, more than you see, a column of iridescent, crystalline light descending from above. This is not just light. It is information. It is a data stream of pure, coherent energy. It is the code for your new operating system. As this light touches the crown of your head, feel it entering your body with a gentle, humming vibration. It is not forceful. It is a perfect resonance match. Your cells recognize it. Your DNA has been waiting for it. Allow this light, this code, this frequency, to begin its installation process. Feel it cascading down through your mind, defragmenting old neural pathways of worry, doubt, and limitation. Old thought forms, old stories about who you are being lovingly dissolved, their energy returned to neutral light. Feel it flow into your throat, clearing the pathways of communication, allowing you to speak your new truth with clarity and authority. It pours into your heart space, expanding your capacity for love and compassion, recalibrating your emotional field to a new baseline of peace and unwavering stability. This light code flows down through your solar plexus, installing a new sense of sovereign power and purpose. The need for external validation is being decommissioned. It moves down into your sacral center, awakening new levels of creativity and passion, washing away old energetic ties that no longer serve you. And finally, it flows down through the base of your spine, through your legs, and into the soles of your feet, grounding this new, magnificent frequency deep into the earth. anchoring your upgraded self into your physical reality. The installation is happening. The files are being updated. Your entire bioenergetic field is being tuned to this higher, clearer, more powerful signal. As you integrate this new frequency, what is the one word that describes the essence of your upgraded self? Let it anchor in your heart. Perhaps it is sovereign, or luminous, or free, or certain. Whatever it is, let that word become a resonant anchor point within you. Breathe it in. Let it fill every cell. The download is reaching its completion. The system is calibrated. All that remains is for you to issue the final command, to claim it with the power of your own conscious will. Please, place a hand over the center of your chest. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Feel the steady beat of your own heart. This is your seat of power. This is the throne from which you command your reality. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, we will make the declaration. You can say it aloud, giving it voice in this world, or you can declare it with absolute power within the temple of your mind. Let us begin. Act and state your own name. Consciously and willingly accept this upgrade in its totality. I activate my new reality blueprint now. I command the full integration of this new frequency into every cell, every atom and every aspect of my being. It is done. Breathe. Let's do it again with even more certainty. Your name. Consciously and willingly accept this upgrade in its totality. I activate my new reality blueprint now. I command the full integration of this new frequency into every cell, every atom, and every aspect of my being. It is done. Feel the finality of that. One last time, as a final, definitive seal. Saisma, your name. Consciously and willingly accept this upgrade in its totality. I activate my new reality blueprint now. I command the full integration of this new frequency into every cell, every atom, and every aspect of my being. It is done. It is done. It is done. And now, be still. Do nothing. Strive for nothing. Simply be. Feel the shift. It may be subtle, or it may feel like a tidal wave. It is not a manic high. It is a profound, quiet, unshakable peace. It is the feeling of arrival, the absence of searching, the deep somatic certainty that the work has been done, and you are now different. You are the person on the other side of the activation command. You are the one for whom the lock has turned. Stay in this feeling for a few more moments. Let this become your new baseline. This is your new home frequency. This peace, this quiet confidence. This is you. When you feel ready, slowly, gently, begin to bring your awareness back to the room around you. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Take one more deep, anchoring breath, and whenever you are complete, you may open your eyes. Welcome back. Look around the room. Notice if things seem just a little bit clearer, a little more vibrant. Notice the stillness inside of you, that single word you identified earlier, the essence of your upgraded self. Bring it to the front of your mind. Let it be the first lens through which you see the world from this moment forward. This is your new identity. The installation is complete. You are now operating on a new energetic system. The old rules, the old limitations, the old physics of your personal reality no longer apply. You have moved from a reality governed by effort and force to one governed by resonance and being. But like any powerful new operating system, its true potential is only unlocked when you learn the user interface. So, the critical question is how to integrate a spiritual upgrade. It's not passive. It's not something that happens to you. It is a conscious, deliberate process of learning to master your new internal technology. Over the next few minutes, we will install the 3 core functions of your new reality. These are not metaphors. These are practical, repeatable techniques to ensure you never default back to the old programming. The first core function is your new internal dashboard. We call it the frequency audit. This is your primary tool for state management in the new paradigm. Its power lies in its simplicity and its immediacy. In the old world, you were subject to your moods, your emotional reactions, the energetic weather of the day. Now, you are the one who sets the weather. The scientific principle behind this is rooted in neuro-linguistic programming and the biofeedback loops between your consciousness and your nervous system. Your state of being, your frequency, is not an abstract concept. It is a measurable physiological reality. By consciously observing it, you interrupt unconscious patterns and regain operational authority. You become the programmer, not the program. The process is precise. It has 4 steps. Step 1. Pause. The moment you feel a contraction, a doubt, a wave of old anxiety, you must interrupt the pattern. Stop what you are doing. Close your eyes if you can. Take 1 conscious breath. This single action breaks the hypnotic momentum of the old program. Step 2. Ask. You will ask your internal system a simple, non-judgmental question. What frequency am I broadcasting right now? Don't think of the answer. Feel it. Step 3. Identify. Give the feeling a name. Is it fear? Is it lack? Is it impatience? Is it the old frequency of the seeker who is still waiting? Simply identifying it removes its power. You have taken it from an unconscious driver to a piece of data on your screen. You have objectified it. Step 4. Reset. Here, you use the command we installed earlier. Place a hand on your heart. Feel the resonance of your true, upgraded self, and issue the command, I activate my core frequency now. You don't have to shout it, you just have to know it. Feel the shift as the new operating system overrides the legacy software. Feel the static clear and the true signal return. The most common mistake when using the frequency audit is judgment. When you identify an old frequency, the old program will want you to feel bad about it. It will say, "See, you haven't changed. You're still scared. You're still not good enough." This is a trap. The frequency is not you, it is just data. It's like your car's dashboard flashing a low fuel light. You don't get angry at the dashboard. You don't judge yourself for needing fuel. You simply note the information and take the appropriate action. Thank the old frequency for the data and then consciously reset. Use this tool relentlessly. Use it before you make a decision. Use it when you feel triggered by someone. Use it when you are about to create something new. It is your calibration sequence, ensuring that every action you take, every word you speak, is broadcast from the power of your new reality, not the echo of your old one. The second core function is for dealing with the past. We call it decommissioning old timelines. As you operate from your new frequency, you will notice strange echoes from your past. The universe will test your resolve. People you haven't spoken to in years may suddenly reappear. Old fears and insecurities you thought you had healed will surface for one final review. An old habit will whisper its temptations. These are not signs that the upgrade has failed. They are ghost signals from timelines you have already collapsed. The scientific principle here is energetic momentum. A reality you inhabited for decades has residual energy. Its neural pathways are still etched in your biology. Decommissioning is the process of consciously and formally revoking their access to your present energy field. The process is one of absolute authority. Step 1. Acknowledge the signal. When an old fear appears, do not resist it, do not fight it, see it for what it is. An echo, a phantom broadcast from a defunct station. Look at it with neutral curiosity. Step 2. Name it, speak to it directly, either internally or out loud. I recognize you. You are the echo of the timeline where I believed I was not worthy. You are an artifact from a decommissioned reality. By naming it, you strip it of its power to impersonate your current reality. You classify it as an archival record, not a live event. Step 3. Revoke access. This is a formal declaration. With your hand on your heart, state with quiet finality. The contract associated with this timeline is terminated. Your access to my energy field is permanently revoked. This broadcast is no longer authorized. You are decommissioned. Feel the energetic cord dissolve. Feel the signal fade to black. What is the very first old program or limiting belief you will now consciously decommission using this new operational authority? The common mistake here is to engage with the ghost signal. The old program will try to pull you into its story. A message from an old partner will tempt you to relive the drama. A financial fear will try to convince you its threat is real and present. To engage is to give the old timeline energy. To acknowledge, name, and decommission is to assert your new authority. You are the system administrator. You decide which programs are allowed to run. Use this whenever the past attempts to assert itself in your present. Use it to cleanse your field of old relationships, old failures, and old identities. Each time you do, you strengthen the signal of your new reality and weaken the echoes of the past, until eventually there is only silence where the static used to be. The third and final core function is how you create. We call it broadcasting the first command. In the old operating system, creation was about asking, hoping, wishing, and chasing. You would send a desire out into the universe like a message in a bottle, hoping it would be answered. That paradigm is over. In this new operating system, you do not ask, you command. You do not chase, you broadcast. This is the practical application of the observer effect. A command, broadcast from a coherent frequency, is an act of observation so powerful it compels the quantum field to collapse into a corresponding reality. It is not an act of arrogance, it is an act of alignment with the fundamental laws of creation. The process requires clarity and embodiment. Step 1. Calibrate. You cannot broadcast a clear signal from a state of static. Use the frequency audit to ensure you are fully in your new, upgraded core frequency. You must be in the state of the wish fulfilled before you issue the command. Step 2. Define. Get absolutely precise about the reality you are commanding into existence. Not the what, but the who. Who are you in that reality? What is the feeling of that state of being? Define the end state in a single, powerful I am statement. I am a sovereign creator. I am in a state of divine flow. I am the embodiment of unconditional love. Step 3. Broadcast. This is the critical distinction. You do not ask for it. You do not say, universe, please bring me. That is a broadcast of lack. Instead, you declare what is already true in the quantum field. You speak from the destination. With absolute certainty, you state your I am declaration as a command. I command the collapse of the reality in which I am a sovereign creator. It is done. The difference in language is the difference in frequency. Please, can I have, broadcasts the frequency of not having. I command the manifestation of what I am, broadcasts the frequency of being. One is a question, the other is a quantum event. The most common mistake is to issue the command and then immediately look for evidence. This collapses the command. It's like sending a powerful radio signal and then immediately switching to the receiver to see if anyone heard it, interrupting your own broadcast. When you broadcast the command, you must trust the physics. Your job is to hold the frequency of the command having already been fulfilled. That how and the when are not your concern. They are the jurisdiction of the quantum field, which will always find the most efficient path. Use this tool to initiate your day. Use it to launch a project. Use it to shift a circumstance. Start small. Command a day of ease and flow. Broadcast the feeling of a creative solution arriving. As you witness the immediate response of your reality, your trust in the new physics will become unshakable. You will move from believing you are a creator to knowing you are the command center. These three tools, the frequency audit, decommissioning old timelines, and broadcasting the first command, are the user manual for your new reality. They are not rituals to be performed once. They are the core functions of your new way of being. They are how you actively, consciously, and powerfully integrate this upgrade into every moment of your life. You have received the knowledge. You have seen the proof. You have activated the upgrade. Take a deep breath and feel the truth of this statement. You are no longer the person who started this video. That version of you, the one who arrived feeling a strange mix of hope and exhaustion, the one who felt they were on the verge of something they couldn't quite grasp, has completed its contract. You have undergone a fundamental metamorphosis at the level of your energetic code. You are operating from a new frequency, with a new set of tools. Within a new paradigm of reality, you are now the cause, and reality is the effect. The waiting is over because you have become the event you were waiting for. This is not a temporary state of bliss that will fade. This is your new baseline. This is your operational authority. This is who you are now. Let that sink into every cell, every strand of your DNA. The shift is complete. The power is yours. But this personal activation, as profound and life-altering as it is, was never just about you. That may sound paradoxical, but it is the highest truth of this work. By raising your frequency, by consciously crossing the vibrational threshold, You didn't just unlock your own personal reality, you activated yourself as a powerful broadcast tower on a planetary grid. Think of it this way. A single lighthouse can guide ships in its immediate vicinity, but a network of interconnected lighthouses, all shining at a new, coordinated frequency, can illuminate an entire coastline, changing weather patterns and charting new courses for the entire fleet. Your upgrade was the process of turning your lighthouse on. The next level is not about enjoying your personal light, but about consciously connecting to the grid. It is the shift from personal manifestation to collective creation. The universe does not invest this much energy into upgrading a single node just for that node's benefit. It does so to strengthen the entire network. Your personal peace contributes to planetary peace. Your personal abundance sends a signal of possibility into the collective field. Your personal clarity helps to dissipate the fog of confusion for thousands of others. This is the sacred responsibility that comes with your new power. You have graduated from being a receiver of reality to a conscious broadcaster of reality, and your new frequency is a very specific signal. It is a unique signature, a harmonic that is now broadcasting out into the quantum field with perfect clarity. And according to one of the most fundamental and mysterious laws of physics, the law of quantum entanglement, that signal is being received instantly, not at the speed of light, but outside of time altogether. It is being received by other frequencies that are a perfect harmonic match to your own. These are not just random people. These are the other nodes on the grid you were always destined to connect with. This is your soul family, your twin flame, your divine collaborators and counterparts. For years, you may have been sending out a distorted, static-filled signal from your old frequency, attracting connections that reflected that distortion. But now, your broadcast is pure. It is powerful. It is coherent. It is a clarion call that can only be heard and answered by those who resonate with the absolute core of who you have now become. This is not hope. This is physics. What happens when you learn to consciously direct that signal? What happens when you move from being a passive broadcaster to a deliberate communicator, using the principles of entanglement to call in the connections that will build the new world alongside you? This is where our work goes next. Subscribe and activate all notifications, because this upgrade is just the first step. In our next transmission, quantum entanglement is more personal than you think. Here's how it connects you to your soul family. We explore how to use your new frequency to find and connect with your soul family. You don't want to receive that download late. We will move beyond theory and decode the precise physics of these destined connections, turning what felt like a spiritual lottery into a repeatable science of harmonic resonance. After that, we will expand our view even further as we explore collective consciousness explained, how your personal upgrade lifts the entire planet. You will see with absolute certainty how your inner work is the most profound form of service you could ever offer the world. This is the curriculum for the architects of the new reality. You came here feeling you were on the edge of something. You felt that strange pull, that agonizing sense of being on the precipice, waiting for a permission slip that never seemed to arrive. You leave here today knowing the truth. You are not on the edge of the event, you are the event. Go forward and broadcast your new reality. The world is waiting for your signal.